So when you start with the premise that when you are connected to who you really are, you are powerful.
So some people may be familiar with position time or velocity time graphs, but what if we wanted to make a 2D plot that represents every possible state of the pendulum, every possible thing it could do in one graph? Well, on the x-axis, we can plot the angle of the pendulum, and on the y-axis, its velocity. And this is what's called phase space. If the pendulum has friction, it will eventually slow down and stop. And this is shown in phase space by the inward spiral. The pendulum swings slower and less far each time. And it doesn't really matter what the initial conditions are. We know that the final state will be the pendulum at rest, hanging straight down. And from the graph, it looks like the system is attracted to the origin, that one fixed point. So this is called a fixed point attractor.
Y'all know how y'all was at work after your boyfriend or girlfriend broke up with you, or you just had a real bad argument and then you gotta clock in, and then they're like, Shaniqua, we need an order on number 3. You like, huh? I'm sorry, y'all, I ain't even here. Can I get some time off? Because I'm just not focused right now, right? Completely off of your square. Because you're in that womb of chaotic energy.
Is that your inner being does not look back. Your inner being just keeps being the forward-most version of you. Not looking back in any justification, in any comparison, in any defense, just bees this wonderful culmination of life.
Any point is our initial state and watch how it evolves. Does our point move toward a fixed attractor or a repeating loop? It doesn't seem to. In truth, our system will never revisit the same exact state again. Here, I actually started with 3 closely spaced initial states, and they've been evolving together so far, but now they're starting to diverge. From being arbitrarily close together, they end up on totally different trajectories. This is sensitive dependence on initial conditions in action. Now, I should point out that there is nothing random at all about this system of equations. It's completely deterministic, just like the pendulum. So if you could input exactly the same initial conditions, you would get exactly the same result. The problem is, unlike the pendulum, this system is chaotic. So any difference in initial conditions, no matter how tiny, will be amplified to a totally different final state.
So chaos, from the Greek and Roman biography and mythology. Chaos is the vacant and infinite space which existed, according to ancient cosmogonies, previous to the creation of the world. Period. Well, comma. And out of which the gods, men, and all things arose. A different definition of chaos is given, which describes it as the confused mass containing the elements of all things that were formed out of it. Some later poets use the words chaos in the general sense of the airy realms of darkness or the lower worlds. Now you make this make sense. How is chaos first introduced into the mindset of the human as to be the root which all men, gods, life has sprung out of? Now you look at chaos as a negative connotation, and we got to understand that chaos and shadow is the same word.
Looking forward to. Now, here's where you come in. You're in your body and you're exposed to contrast. That's a good thing. Doesn't feel so good sometimes to you, but it is a good thing. So as you're exposed to this contrast, knowing what you don't want, and therefore knowing what you do want, whether you can speak it or not, and launching these rockets of desire, you are creating a vibrational reality. And the reason we call it a vibrational reality is because it takes a little bit of time for those thoughts to turn to things. It's a vibrational reality that is perfection by your choices, because you put all of the ingredients, all of the elements of it forward, and they've been collected by the law of attraction. They are in what we are calling a vibrational reality. This is a vibrational reality that is so real that we named it the Vortex, wrote 2 books about it. We want you to accept the realness of this, and we want you to know that your inner being is there with all of that. So picture it this way.
Pendulum, just two simple pendulums connected together, is chaotic. Here, two double pendulums have been released simultaneously with almost the same initial conditions. But no matter how hard you try, you could never release a double pendulum and make it behave the same way twice. Its motion will forever be unpredictable.
Side of chaos, the mental side of chaos, the realistic side of chaos, the workable, manageable, magical, manifestational side of chaos.
All of the ingredients that you have been finding through life, all the, yes, I prefer that, and wouldn't that be wonderful, and I really like that, and I will look forward to that, and I know what I don't want, I know what I do want. All of that sifting and sorting that you have done for far beyond what you recall from this physical life experience is in this vibrational reality, and your inner being is all over it, knowing every bit of it.
Solar system for 100 million years into the future found its behavior as a whole to be chaotic, with a characteristic time of about 4 million years. That means within, say, 10 or 15 million years, some planets or moons may have collided or been flung out of the solar system entirely. The very system we think of as the model of order is unpredictable on even modest timescales. So how well can we predict the future? Not very well at all, at least when it comes to chaotic systems.
To chaos as being the most positive substance on the planet used to manifest anything that you want. Now, if you are on some basic shit, be basic. If you are on some advanced shit, everything was created out of chaos. Every single god. So do you have a God pantheon?
This will take you into the stratosphere in terms of what other people are watching around you. This will put you into a category of creating that is so sublime that others will wonder what your magic is. And it's not magic, it's just a productive application of the law of attraction.
Let's look again at the phase space of Lorenz's equations. If we start with a whole bunch of different initial conditions and watch them evolve, initially the motion is messy, but soon all the points have moved towards or onto an object. The object, coincidentally, looks a bit like a butterfly. It is the attractor. For a large range of initial conditions, the system evolves into a state on this attractor. Now remember, all the paths traced out here never cross and they never connect to form a loop. If they did, then they would continue on that loop forever and the behavior would be periodic and predictable. So each path here is actually an infinite curve in a finite space. But how is that possible? Fractals, but that's a story for another video. This particular attractor is called the Lorenz attractor, probably the most famous example of a chaotic attractor, though many others have been found for other systems of equations. Now, if people have heard anything about the butterfly effect, it's usually about how tiny causes make the future unpredictable. But the science behind the butterfly effect also reveals a deep and beautiful structure underlying the dynamics, one that can provide useful insights into the behavior of a system. So you can't predict how any individual state will evolve, but you can say how a collection of states evolves. And at least in the case of Lorenz's equations, they take the shape of a butterfly.
So what we're doing, we're going to be planning for the sun opposing Pluto in 2 weeks. This is major changes in the family. This is major changes in the home. And this is major changes in the ancestral realm. This is how love will be tested. But ultimately, I'm saying that this is going to be happening in 2 weeks. So how do you prepare for this test? Ultimately, when you prepare for a test, that determines whether you do well for a test or you fail for a test. Now, ultimately, you can say none of this shit is real. I don't give a fuck about none of this. And then ultimately, you're in the realms of fate. You're just hoping and wishing that things happen for you. But I stand here and reference new moon energy, full moon energy, new moon energy, full moon energy, astrological placements, because I am a master of my destiny. And I'm just sharing that observation with y'all. I don't live in a world where shit is just happening to me. I don't, if like, it's like, I'm telling y'all, Like, I don't get sick. I don't be in pain. I don't be just randomly going through bad situations, and I don't be needing breaks and no weird shit. I don't be drained. I will not talk to you if I don't want to talk to you. I'll tell you the truth, and I live in that. My truth is chaos. My truth is not to be banked upon, because I can't rely upon my truth. My truth is going to change. Through the shadow work, I've said things to my wife and to my children I thought I never would say, but the reality is that I always said it to myself. So in doing the shadow work, you got to develop an honest conversation with the people that you truly love. But if I was to develop an honest conversation with you, you got to understand that shit is chaotic, meaning that I may love you today. This is how I work. It's an issue. It's a problem in all of my relationships. But no matter who I meet, I never change it. But I might like somebody today, and I might like somebody tomorrow. And you know what's going to happen the day after that? I might like somebody else. And then the day after that, I might like somebody else. And then after that, I might like somebody else. It'll never stop for me. And I'll be like, wow. Imagine trying to suppress that, and that's your truth, as opposed to just saying that this is my truth. I don't know why it is. I'm an attractor. I'm a magnetizer to divine feminine energy. I don't know why. They just fucking just come through and around and come through and around and come through and around and come through and around, and then another one coming through and around. And y'all just want me to just ignore, hey, don't know women like me. And it's not even me, it's the information, it is the projection. Because it'll be one thing, see, this is the thing. Either you talking about spirituality for clout, for respect, or you talking about spirituality to get into some guts. And I ain't talking about pity pat banter on IG, DMing back and forth. No, we gonna link up and I'ma smash. Keep it a buck. Y'all done smashed a couple of these spiritual dudes, or a dude perceiving to be spiritual, and then he played you worse than a hood nigga. Because at least you know what to expect with a spiritual, with a hood nigga. With a spiritual nigga, it's just a wolf in sheep's clothing. So it's never about the sex that you're going to get, because that throws off your magnetism, because you're releasing your sperm and creating different chaos theories. You're creating different butterfly effect. But when you are in your attraction bag, when you're in your magnetic bag, you begin to observe all of these things that come to you and through you, come to you and through you, and come to you and through you. You are the magnet and the attractor of your desires, and this is chaos theory. So how do you tap into chaos theory? How do you utilize chaos theory in your life? Well, it's a simple thing called the butterfly effect. Now, the butterfly effect is a simple variation at the beginning of an event that can change the overall outcome of that event. I said the beginning of the event and the end of the event is the same thing. And your ability to take one end to the other end and bring them together is your ability to be a quantum magician. Meaning that in order to have a successful book, one has to write that successful book. So on one end, I'm writing a book, but at the other end, I know that I'm going to be a successful best-selling author. But I cannot get to this point unless I get to that point. So I'm going to work very hard over here. And then once I get over here, then ultimately this becomes the magnet to that. But if I don't write the book, Chakra Nova in stores today. Columbian Exchange, it ships not today because it's a holiday, but it will ship definitely tomorrow. And we have the shadow workbook in print, working with the printer. If I don't get no news today or tomorrow, I'm gonna get another distributor. But I got the file, I got the book. It's just printers be on bullshit. But I digress. In order for me to be successful, I'm going to have to work. But from there, my success and my magnetism, they rely on each other. So to predict something about a woman just coming from fresh outside to just make you horny, man. What is that? What is that? Why you always making me horny? Man, for nothing. Have I? I said that. Oh, I did. I did say that.
I got my mom like, awesome.
Why is your mom listening to me? You gotta have headphones on. You gotta have headphones on. Now. Yeah. Goodness gracious. Tell your mom it's comedy. It's a comedy podcast. Goodness gracious. Gonna have my mom-in-law looking at me strange today. I mean, recalibrate and recenter. I love my wife though. I think her mom should know that I love her. You know, I don't care really. I do love the hell out of you, and it's just the way that you smell. Sometimes it just turns me the fuck on. I don't know what's going on with me. This is my shadow work. I just gotta be honest, and it's just like I know it sounds crazy. I sound crazy, but it's just my truth. My truth is very chaotic and crazy. And I'm okay. I can say it. I can know it. And I'm not out here fronting and flogging like I'm perfect, peace, love, and light in real life or on the internet. Because I'm not that. Fuck that peace, love, and light shit. You can kiss my ass. If you say peace, love, and light, I'm going to say kiss my ass. That's a warning. So you going to call me peace, love, and light hood? I'm going to say kiss my ass. I'll talk to you later. I don't need no peace, love, and light today. I need research and documentation and sources and information on how to start a transportation company. Peace, love, and light ain't gonna help me do that. It's gonna keep me in a mind warp funk space of bullshit, and you can have it. You can have the people that you're lying to. I digress. No, it's your energy, babe. It creates me. It makes me who I am. But predicting is to predict. I had You ain't never had no predict before, have you? I bet y'all have now. Predict is when the warm up come in and loosen you up for the main dick. Y'all ever? Don't tell me y'all ever had pre-dick before and now y'all have main dick and then y'all have post-dick. Oh my god. Y'all is on another level, and this womb of chaos creation that just opened up. Like, wow. No. How do we predict though? How do we? God dang, I can't even say it no more. How do we foretell the future? How do we foretell the future? How do we know what's going to happen before it happens? Okay, let's deal with this for a second. How do you know what happened in the past? Because you experienced it. Now, how do you know what happened in the future? Because you experienced it. But if you are moving too fast, busy with a lot of shit to do, you won't even understand. So doing chakra work, doing shadow work, what tends to happen is that I'll hold this like cup or whatever, and before it drop, I catch it, and I just keep drinking it. Like I seen it about to drop. Like it'd be crazy. Like at first it's disconcerting because it was like I was at the laundromat and I was getting quarters. Yeah, I told y'all I'm still in the trenches. Y'all thought I was lying. Nigga, I was at the laundromat, like in the trenches. Like no, let me stop capping. But no, I really was at the laundromat getting some quarters, and they gave you one of them cups. And I put the cups in there. I'm like, shit. And the lady looked, and then I just dropped it. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I was mad about something that I knew that was going to happen before it happened. And it was like a good 2 seconds to the point that I'm like mad about this shit. And to the point that I just knew I was about to drop it. And I'm like, wait a second. Can I see in the future, like for real in the future? And it's like, because I kind of like was afraid to drop the quarters because I didn't want to like pick all the quarters up off the ground. Like, who would want to do that? But that moment of fear actually was the predictive energy or chaos force that literally pushed the coins out of my hand so I could pick up the quarters. Because I predicted it. I foretold in my mind that I was going to drop the quarters based upon the fear. So this moved it down. So if you know the past, you know the future. Just by simple observation. It's so simple, right? To be so intentional. To be so powerful in the love that you give to other people. Or you can say, I know that this relationship ain't gonna work, and become the chaotic force to making the relationship not work. I know I'm not gonna be successful. I know I'm not gonna make no money investing in Bitcoin. I know I'm not gonna make no money investing in Cardano. I know I'm not gonna make no money investing in XRP. I know I shouldn't do no cryptocurrency. That's bad. I know I know. You know everything about your life to which you are predicting, foretelling your own future by what you already know. Chaos theory, or the butterfly effect, is to slow down and say, you know what? I'm gonna write a book. I'm gonna write a successful book. Only way I know it's gonna be successful if I write it. I'm going to do something. I'm going to be in a relationship with you. I'm going to commit to you. I'm going to fly across the world in a jet. Whatever it is, right? You're gonna commit to it. And you're going to be the chaotic force that brings it into life. And you can choose whatever you want to do, family. You do not have to do the thing that you've been doing. Because that's the cosmic attractor loop that you're in. Now we got to tap into our Obatala energy. And how do we tap into our Obatala energy? Pouring a nice cool cup of water. Tapping into that purity. Tapping into that crystal ball, seeing the shit for how it is instead of how we want things to be. Slowing down for a second and saying, wait a second. What do I want to become the magnet to? What do I want to become the attractor to? You have to set the intention first. But you cannot, it's like a fan. And you're attracting bullshit and bullshit. And because you're attracting bullshit, you start reading the law of attraction. And so you're like, I want to stop attracting bullshit. But you ain't did nothing to stop the attraction cycle that you on. But you just adding a little bit of hotep in there. Right? You added some peace, love, and light. Right? But you never stopped. Right? You never stopped attracting the bullshit. So this is why you still eating the bullshit food. This is why you still listening to the bullshit music. This is why you still going through the bullshit with your relationship. Because you never stopped. You're constantly attracting bullshit based upon your actions, based upon your ideologies, based upon the spells you were listening to, the music, the repetition factor, saying bullshit over and over and over again. Program your subconscious mind. Constantly attracting bullshit to you. And now you want to say peace, love, and light. And so you get a little bit of peace, love, and light. Because you never say, wait. Let me stop. Let me redirect this shit. Let me attract a blue Dodge Charger. Blue B5. Good, you already got a van. You should be happy for your van. You don't need another car. Nigga, I want a blue B5 Dodge Charger. I want to ride around like the fucking state police. What you want me to do? About to get me a fucking blue Charger. So, let's zoom back and look at the chaos sphere, or the. So this world is highly chaotic, right? Planets collide into others, moons collide into others, galaxies collide into other galaxies. Our planetary system in this moment may seem very organized, and it may seem as if it doesn't move at all. But the reality is that we have pulled down to this third dimension of time. Third dimension of time, where time moves slower. Time is moving in slow-mo. If things were to in the right exact, this whole universe would be a big explosion, chaotic mess. But because we're at a specific point in time where we can slow down the vibration, to now we can like create a computer and that and have these conversations, we can utilize this slowness for our benefit. It's easier to understand when you take things slowly. It's easier to understand when you go through these processes very slowly and you take in the information every day and you understand the information daily and you just relax, right? The beginning of my astrological journey, I was not talking like this. But the persistence of my astrological journey, which I share with the collective, I have grown in my understanding. So hopefully we can grow together, right? And let's just take it slow. Let's take it slow. Let's utilize this 24-hour period to pour into an abundance of love into one another. And I see Kasha on the chat. Kasha, send me a text message or a call. Got something I want to talk to you about. So, third dimension is space and time on planet Earth. You waking up, you don't know what you're going to do today, or you know exactly what you're going to do today. Take this with you. You are a magnetic attractor, and you can slow down your pace. You can slow down your energy and tune in to your solar plexus chakra. Right? And just allow the chaos to come through you, to you, and through you. Send it out, bring it back. Now, y'all remember the In Yod We Trust manifestation. And I was explaining how you bring the energy out of your solar plexus. Well, into your solar plexus, out of your solar plexus in one area, and then you bring it out in this area. That's sending energy through your solar plexus, through your back, like in multiple different areas and ways. Do y'all know, through doing research, that energy that I was just channeling to y'all is actually called chaos theory? Ain't that amazing, fam? Like this is the same diagram that I had in my mind, and I was trying to like explain it to y'all. But it's a whole YouTube video. All you got to do is Google the butterfly effect, chaos theory, and they'll explain the same shit that I was telling y'all in Yod We Trust. Now watch that video and do the fucking meditation. I'm sorry. Do the meditation. Okay? Do the meditation. Right. Be the magnetic attractor to your desires first. But stop, because you already are. Why do you want to stop? Because you're attracting bullshit and you know it. You know you're attracting bullshit and you want to stop. Well, stop. Cut your attractor off. Take that CD out. Put a new CD in. Put in some wealth, high vibrational manifestation music and listen to that. Stop listening to that bullshit, shake your ass, twerk, I'm a killer nigga, I gotta pop a Zanny type shit. And your money ain't right. Come on now. Your money ain't together and you talking about you selling bricks. Nigga, you not selling bricks. You sleeping on bricks. You sleeping on bricks. You not serving bricks. So stop. Cause you don't want to live that life. You don't want your ops creeping on you. You don't want your ops to catch you lacking. You don't want to listen. My people dance all 2021 to a song about shooting a man in the head. You know that Junebug shit? Y'all ever listening to the words of that song? Everybody doing the beatbox challenge, right? Tell me what type of person would dance. Like, imagine this shit really happening in real life. Burn away a carbon beam, knock your legs off. Meaning that my gun, what's a carbon beam? We gotta do the Googles on top of a Google. Cause I don't even know what a carbon beam is. I was about to lie to y'all. What the fuck's a carbon beam? A carbon beam is a carbon steel beam. Oh, he got a beam. Like a 4x4. Hold on. A particle beam uses a high energy beam of atomic and subatomic particles to damage the target by disrupting its atomic and molecular structure. Hold up, man. A particle beam weapon uses high energy beams of atomic or subatomic particles to damage the target by disrupting its atomic and or molecular structure. So all of our melanated people and leaders on TikTok and Instagram was talking about basically about a gun that will disintegrate you at an atomic level. He said, tried to get away from me, so I had a standoff. Hit him in the spine, knock his dreads off. My friend, or Wody, just caught a body, means he caught a murder charge. So I nicknamed him Randy Moss because Randy Moss caught touchdowns. His best friend catches murder charges and life sentences. Thugging in my Reeboks, riding with the G-Shock. So he's walking around in Reebok shoes and he has on a cool watch. I heard he shot. Draco made him beatbox, meaning that he was spitting up blood because he was shot so many times. I'm bringing up these lyrics because thousands, if not millions of people happily dance to this song as if this situation was happening, the dancing would have stopped abruptly. But I don't think people really care, or really think, or really understand how Egyptians, right? They doing the walking like the Egyptian dance. Y'all know, walk like an Egyptian. This is the walk like an Egyptian. So we got Egyptians dancing as our youth slaughter each other. Don't that just make you want to dance? Niggas shooting each other with high fucking technology, fucking guns, subatomic particles and shit like that. Don't that just make you want to fucking... That shit making me want to dance the more I think about it, right? Chaos, baby. You can be the magnet attractor to your life based upon the energies that you observe consciously or unconsciously or subconsciously. And so this is the world that we live in. and I just bring the information to you so you can make a more sound understanding, and maybe you like that song. And I ain't saying don't like it, but did you listen to the lyrics? Them lyrics make you want to dance and get your jig on, or do it make you want to go into your underground shelter or go to the gun store and see, hey, where can I get a particle beam weapon that they was talking about in the Junebug challenge? So thank y'all for watching my television program that I do for y'all every Monday, as much as I can do on the Monday. This is from my heart, from your heart. This is particularly free with very little advertisement. All that I hope that you do is tell people about my books, even if you don't buy them. So I was always wanting to talk about this. I never got a chance to, because the last time I talked about this, my phone was on goddamn mute, or my mic was on mute rather. Just checking to see my mic is not on mute, and it's not, so y'all can hear me. But the thing about my books, the thing about the things that I put out, is that by buying them is not going to help you. So really shout out to Keely B. I love this review, and if you did buy it, please give me a review. And give me an honest review so I can create better materials and things of that nature. But please give me a review. ColumbianExchange.com. If you have bought something from me and enjoyed your purchase, or didn't enjoy your purchase, I want to know how I can become a better businessman, a better salesman, and ultimately provide a better experience. So when Keely says you got to get this book, I've been taking my time to really tap in. And this is Obatala all day, right? You gotta take your time. You gotta work with your root chakra, like really work with your root chakra. You gotta understand astrology, right? You gotta understand your shadow. And I try to make these things as simple as possible. And I really do think they are really simple, but the only thing that I cannot make simple is your ability to be persistent with your overall spiritual growth. So if you can take the time to tap into your chakras and really align with your energy, I'm talking about people who already got the book and the book is collecting dust on your shelf. I'm talking to y'all. Don't just buy the book and not activate your chakras. And don't just say, well, I read the book and my chakras weren't activated, hood. No, I'm saying take your time with it. Really tap in. Really focus on your perineal muscle. Really focus in on connecting your root chakra to the earth. And if you can't do it in the house, go off street and do the Banda locks by a tree with no shoes on, with your feet on some roots, and ground and connect. Because honestly, it is one of the best books on chakras, but ultimately chakras don't activate by themselves. All right, shadow work, the class is available on Columbian Exchange as well. The record is available, so if you're interested in what I was saying in reference to shadow work and don't know what I'm talking about, please get the course. And to the people that took the course, don't just sit with the recording of the course. Please listen to that course on your way to work or on your way home. Understand this work through your shadow journal. Go through the first step. Write down all the times you tell yourself that you're a bad person or believe the things that were said about you that were negative, and remove those things out of your brain. Because guess what they're doing? They're holding you back from yourself. You really truly believe that you're a bad person, and this is why you need shadow work. But ultimately, I cannot do your shadow work for you, so only tap into these things if you're willing to do the work. I mean that, and I stand on that, and I will conclude this broadcast. Get people in your life that's going to benefit you. Make sure you benefit the people in your life so y'all can create new things. We're in the realm to manifest, So as Mars conjuncts Venus, put your action and your subjugation in the same realm and create something beautiful. I know you can. You done did it already. You always doing it. You live a life of beauty, charm, and grace and luxury. But you know, can a brother get a little twin? You know what I'm saying? You know, can you share that wealth? Right? Can you be transparent about your gifts and what you have to offer? And if you're afraid of somebody taking advantage of your gifts, be sure to charge high dollar, right? Get your money, get your coin, because we are in the realm of manifestation and creating generational wealth for not just our lineages, but the thousands, if not millions of lineages that are connected to ours, because we are one family. We are an Atlantean bloodline, a priestess bloodline, and these things cannot be denied. The only person that can deny these things is ourselves to ourselves. But when you tap into everything that you are, the doors begin to open up for you. Ultimately, I can tell you this, but you will have to trust and know this for yourself. So I'm trusting that you can, by giving yourself time, slowing things down, going out to nature, taking off your shoes, taking off them sweaty ass socks, and tuning into the divine through the plant system, and you know, creating from a different level, man. And I know that we're on the cusp of great things, just by this simple chaos understanding magnetic attraction energy. Once again, August 4th, chakra astrology. We go through the 7 major chakras, we go through the 7 major planets, and we go through the 7 days of the week, and we come through with a game plan to 1, activate our chakras, for 2, align our chakras with our chart, and for 3, live our lives through this understanding. It's one thing to talk about it, but it's another thing to apply it in our everyday, to which we become a more or less beacon of the divine power that we are. Not that we have bought, not that we have learned, not that we have, you know, I don't know where do y'all get divine power from? I don't know. I think it comes within your being. I know you are the divine spark, but be that energy, man. Be that meditation. Be that manifestation. Be that chaos theory. Have an idea and be the attractor to that idea through your meditation. And everything you want comes to you. But you got to learn to let it go, and it'll come back to you. This is Chaos. Peace to the family. Much love, respect, success, abundance, and things of that nature. Catch y'all on the flip side.